Hello everybody, you're watching Rhonda at Mid-South Homestead. Today I'm going to do a little bit of an update on my garden. Right here I've planted a bunch of herbs, rosemary, thyme, lemon balm. In those two black pots there's going to be ginger coming up. Let's see, I've got some zinnias coming up really nicely there. I'll just kind of sow them and let them be. That's my little snow peas and green onions, or shallot onions. And over here, as you can see, my green beans have come up. These are all non-GMO. This is all organic gardening. I just layered leaves for years and years right here in this spot, and it is doing well. I'll just scoop a little row out and plant my seeds down in there, and then when they come up I kind of scoop the leaves back around them, and no dig involved in that. And that is a little avocado bush that came up by itself in my compost, so I'll just let it be. I've got over here, I've got eggplant and bell peppers and some okra, little bitty okra coming up there. I'm going to swing around here. I've got a tomato just stuck right there. Over here I've got kale and red onions and cabbage. And I've got the potatoes planted in that box back there. I've got potatoes in this tire. They froze this year. It got down to 6 degrees this year. It was awful. I've got there's some turnips there, some yellow onions there. There's kale on that side of the left side. And I'm not sure what this is called, but we have it everywhere. I've planted this plant everywhere, and it's so pretty in the morning. It closes up at noon. Over there I've got some more pinto beans. I've got more okra down in that little row at below the beans, and that is mint galore, y'all. We've got lots of mint, and there's some more of that plant. And this plant, right to the right of that purple plant, will be just blossoms and blossoms of pink flowers. And let's go over here to there's my lawnmower. And my son threw out a pallet right in the yard there. This is my spot that was a big, huge burn pile. And I let the chickens in there to graze a little bit before I planted anything. But I've got tomatoes. I think I planted 36 tomatoes the other day. I've got them everywhere just to see where they're going to do their best. But they're doing really well in this soil where the burn pile was. And I had lots of hay and leaves, and we put all kind of stuff in there. But in the middle of this, it's sunflowers, and then I've got zucchini and squash alternating. And down there at the bottom, you can't really see that. I've got stuff planted all around here. Big rows around this circle here. I've got zinnias and okra and lima beans and black-eyed peas. And if it all comes up and makes, like my husband Lane says, oh my goodness, we're going to be busy in July. And then I'm going to scan up here. My son is starting his own raised bed. And it's doing really good. He's got some stuff up in there. Let's go to my backyard. Just kind of scan around. Really smooth. But we have spent hours out here this weekend. There's my little wheelbarrow. But that is gorgeous when it starts to bloom. I'm not sure the name of it, but I've got that everywhere also. I'm going to go through this gate. It's a pretty view in there. If I've got dirt around, I'm going to stick some kind of plant in there. And this actually it's like the type of a yarrow that came out of my mom's. It will get bright pink flowers on it. came from my mom's yard years ago, and it's still going. I've got this just about everywhere too. And down through here, on my little fence, I've got cucumbers. And this is a hummingbird attractor. It's called a cardinal vine. It's supposed to get red blooms on it. And this here, these beans right here, just growing up this fence. Last year, I found it in my backyard, and it was growing up a tree. I have never planted pole beans out here. And I think a neighbor had some, and a critter of some kind of bird or whatever it might have been, I think dropped a seed there, and it was growing up. So I saved those seeds. So I'm gonna continue to save these seeds. I'm not gonna eat these. I'm gonna save these seeds. There's more mint. We have a mint galore. And then I took an old grill and filled it full of lettuce. Look at this. That's gonna be lunch today, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna come around to my back porch. I've got some really pretty stuff around my back porch. There's my figs that I keep cutting down because of the possums getting in here at night after the figs. This is our little oasis back here. We all hang out here in the summer. It's so pretty and so peaceful, except for the airplanes. But there is my backyard. Got stuff growing all out in here. And I made a fountain out of my elephant ear a couple of years ago out of concrete. There's a video out about that, and I thought I would try it, and there it is. Isn't that pretty? It's huge. It was one of the biggest elephant ears I had, and I told my husband, go get some concrete, let's try that experiment. So we did that. And these are little saplings that came up this year under my Japanese maple trees. And it's never done that before, so they're still growing. Look at them. They're getting big. They were little teeny tiny. Here's one of my Japanese maples. It's not as bright as it was but in early spring. It's starting to get a little greener. That is Wandering Jew. And I had to put netting around it because of the birds making a nest in it. Oh, they do that every year. It drives me crazy. And this is an old heirloom rose. I'm actually letting these just be, and when the petals fall off, I'm going to cut it and try to propagate it. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And I'm not sure what this ground cover is called, but it gets these pretty little white flowers all over it. It is pretty too. Let's go around. And I have a bunch of lilies coming up down there by the angel. They've never bloomed either. And I've got, let's see, I can go really slow. Got rose back there. It's supposed to be a Joseph's coat. It had yellow roses last week. This week it's got a variegated rose on it. And it's so pretty. I'm gonna get a close up of that. Also this lily. It's so beautiful. I love flowers. I love any kind of plant. Isn't that pretty? I'm glad I came out and got a video of this today. Isn't that beautiful? It's kind of overcast. It's really storming down south in Mississippi. But it's going around us. We're not getting a drop. Let's go to this rose over here. Hope you guys are having a great day. I am making sun tea today. We've been doing that all week. It is so good. Oh my gosh, if you never try to make sun tea, get you a couple of mason jars. You know, get you some quart mason jars and put a couple of tea bags in there, little tea bags, and let it sit in the sun for a couple of hours, and it will be amazing tea. Let's see. They're kind of getting icky, but I'm going to get a view of it anyway. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. That's gorgeous. I'll get this one of them. Some of them are starting to fall off. I'm trying to propagate this one too, but I'm not sure with it being a hybrid if it will do as well as those heirloom ones. Look, see, you get yellow ones. Sometimes they'll be peach and orange. Isn't that gorgeous? So I just wanted to show you guys what was going on in my garden today. And you guys have a great day. And we will be talking to you soon from Mid-South Homestead, Blaine and Rhonda.